If you follow me on social media, I think you might know what my brand is, right? What my identity is, and that's the fit-ish brand, right? Kind of fit, semi-fit, likes to eat burritos and drink margaritas, but loves the healthy lifestyle. That's me, and I didn't understand that until I did this exercise, right? Can you guys see that? Oh, hold on. Why wasn't it up? Let's try this one more time. There we go. Now you can see it, right?
Yeah.
I kept looking and it's me. Like, that's not right. Take a snapshot of that. This is the exercise that I did when I figured out who I was. And then when I did it and started executing on it and posting in a way that it would attract me, I started filling my challenge groups with amazing people. And when you can do that, you're gonna start becoming a client magnet.
So we way overcomplicate this process. We think it's some magic formula that's gonna bring people into our business or into our lives, and we really stress about it. And I really wanna simplify it for you guys, because once I realized and I kind of thought about it this way, it changed everything for me. So I want you to think back to what attracted you to your coach. You don't do this a lot. You don't think about what it was you saw on social media or you heard them say that drew you in. Hopefully that brings you a little comfort, because it probably wasn't anything all that revolutionary. It wasn't some big crazy thing they put on social media. It was probably just something real, raw, true to them. That's what you guys want to do. You also can take a moment and rewind with me. And if I were to ask you, when did your I Am Team Beachbody story begin? What would you say? I know for me, when I first started thinking about it, my mind went to when I first signed up as a coach, or maybe my first challenge group, or when I made my first commission, my first big milestone, or rake advancement. But in truth, that's not correct. It happened long before I ever even knew Beachbody existed. It's what brought me here. All those failures, all those struggles, all those moments where I knew I was made for more, but it just wasn't happening yet. All of that brought me to Beachbody. That is when my I Am Team Beachbody story began. So, how can you help other people start their I Am Team Beachbody story? How can you attract them into your life and into your business? Well, the first piece in this framework is knowing your clients' pain points. This is easy because you've lived them. You know exactly what they're going through because you've walked in their shoes. Live in the vulnerable and tell them that. Be willing to go there, and that will start to attract the right people to you. So once you establish what those pain points are, how can you relate to them? Well, you just tell them. Yeah, I know, I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're singing my song. I've walked in your shoes. That establishes the connection and the trust that Kristina was talking about. That you're the real deal. You're human too. You've been there. You've lived it. So once you've related to them, you need to then offer them something. Give them value. How did you get through your tough time? Or what are you doing currently to get through whatever it was you were going through? Help them solve that problem. Maybe that's offering them a challenge group, an invite to try Shakeology, but you gotta give them something. But most importantly, how will they feel if they make the decision to go on this journey with you? Not how much will it cost them, not what will come with it if they purchase it. How will they feel when they commit, when they join you? That is the key piece. Take a close look at this slide, it's very important.
Take a snapshot and tag Michael Neiman.
So, are you attractive? Clearly Michael Neiman is. I would literally kill for those legs. He looks so good in pumps. But that's not the kind of attractive we're talking about. Yes, we're fitness coaches. Yes, we're working on our bodies. We're committed to our health journeys, and that should show in some capacity. People know that about us. But that is not the level of attractive. We're not talking a surface level thing here. We're talking the depth of you. Who are you as a person? And more importantly, who are you working to become? Who are you consciously choosing and fighting to become? Because that will not only determine if you attract people into your business, but whom you attract. So are you doing personal development that helps you grow as a person, as a leader, as a coach? Are you inspired yourself so that you can share something so inspiring to others that it inspires them to take some kind of action? It's a lot of inspiration.
Stop and connect. Huge in our business. We are living in a crazy world of social media. Am I right? Do you know that we see 5,000 advertisements a day now? Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, television, radio, we are being pummeled with white noise. You need to be able to connect with people through their eyes. Liz will talk to you how to connect through your words. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Sometimes I'll see posts from Beachbody coaches and the pictures are totally blurry. Like you had your 2-year-old touching the back of that camera and it's all smudgy. I wouldn't read your posts if I saw that. I need to see clear, crisp, and concise pictures that paint a story of what then the written word is going to say. Some of you might roll your eyes at that, but in this really noisy world of social media, if you can't stop your customers in their tracks as they are scrolling the news feed, they are gonna go right past it. And they're gonna say, oh, there's the other Beachbody girl, there's the other Beachbody dude trying to sell me stuff. You have to paint a picture. Just like here, I'm sharing a post about how I went from frumpy mom to momfident. I tried to trademark it, but it was already taken. And I'm sharing the picture of when I had my 2 babies to now where I'm feeling great. And I know that most moms want that confidence in their life. And so this picture, it stops them. And then they want to read what I've written.
So now you've caught their attention with your image. And Kristina emphasizes the importance of that because we do live in a really noisy world. We're getting hit from every angle. So what do you do once you have their attention? You can't just put up the nice picture and your content is kind of garbage. It doesn't really connect to them. This is where you get to go deep. So my beautiful success partner, Miss Kristina, likes to remind me and so many of us that our body is our business. We are fitness coaches. Yet, there I was, 7 months postpartum, after having my beautiful little boy, curled up in a ball on the bathroom floor, in tears, just feeling like I had lost my sense of self. I was looking in the mirror and not recognizing the person I was seeing anymore. And I called myself every name in the book: fat, disgusting, failure. So how could I, a fitness coach, help anyone else? I clearly couldn't help myself. How could I inspire anybody? I wasn't inspired. Who in here has ever been thrown a lifeline? Maybe you've gone through something so terrible in your life, a really dark hour, and someone or something comes into your life and it inspires change, and it helps you, and it breathes life back into your withering lungs. I know that's happened for me. I remember what my lifeline was after that moment. It was 22-minute hardcore. I received an email. What?
Sorry. I tried to do it the last time and I missed the opportunity.
I received an email from corporate asking me if I wanted to partake in a test group. And I remember opening the email and thinking, I can't do this. I'm like a puddle on the floor. I can't do a push-up. I can't do anything. I hardly believe in myself. But I said yes because I knew I needed it. And it was tempting just to share the good stuff that came out of that program and that test group. The weight loss, the confidence that came back. But I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to share what led me up to saying yes to that. The ugly. Because in sharing that, in living in the vulnerable, I attracted all the other hot mess crazies who were lying in a puddle on the floor of their bathroom, and I became their lifeline. What a gift, what a blessing that we have in this business that we get to pay that forward to people, but you have to tell them. You have to tell them how they're going to feel and make that impact on their lives. So I want to walk you through a very simple framework, but if you look at this, external versus internal. Look at how I used to post on Facebook.
Everyone, please take note of the typo in the TurboFire image. One sale. Way to
One
go,
sale.
Liz.
It's not on sale. It's just one sale.
One sale.
I clearly didn't put very much effort into vulnerability or anything really of value. I put up a stock image and I told them the specs on a program that was coming out. I don't really think that connects to anyone's heart. Yet the internal tells my story, the raw parts of my story. And that attracted a lot more people into my business. So I want to break down the difference between the internal and the external for you. And what comes to mind is the example of Microsoft versus Apple, two successful companies. But when I see a commercial for a product that Microsoft has coming out, they're usually focused on the specs of the program or the product. It's going to be the RAM or the processing speed, all things that go over my head and really don't connect to my heart, so I don't pay much attention to them. It's really not the thing for me, but when Apple comes out with a commercial for the iPhone 52, and I can literally, I know how it will feel to hold that new iPhone 52 in my hand and capture the moments of my beautiful children playing outside. I know how that's going to feel. That's why I buy that iPhone. That's why I'm a loyal Apple consumer. So the external says, hey, I've got this product for you. This is what it's going to cost you. This is what comes with it, how long it'll take to ship, the details. But the internal is different. It connects to you. It says, yeah, I know, I've been there. I know what it's like to not recognize the person you see in the mirror. I know what it means to have no confidence anymore. But I also learned what it takes to change that. And I was given a new way. And I was able to work out from home, so I didn't have everyone staring at me in the gym when I had no confidence. And I got to drink this shake that totally changed my life, and I had energy again. I was like on the floor playing with my kids. It was amazing. No more crashing at 2 p.m. It felt incredible. And not only did I soon fit back into my high school jeans, I became the girl who used to wear those jeans. I was confident again. I was happy, and I felt alive. Sold. That's the difference. So,
let's talk about proactive inviting. Now, what Liz just covered is basically the concept of what versus why, right? People don't do or want to buy what you do, they want to do why you do it. Would you agree with that? So whenever you're about to share on social media, which by the way, that would have been an epic post, like epic. Be conversational in those posts. Don't be a robot. Do exactly what Liz just did. Just share from the heart. Share how you feel about what you just did. And this goes with every story you will tell on social media, right? Now we're going to talk about proactive inviting. Because at this point, and let's recap for just a second, we've covered a few of those kind of concepts that you're going to use and implement into your business today, tomorrow, when you get home from Summit, to start attracting better customers and the customers you want to help into your business. That first concept was trust. And how do you get trust? You emphasize the what? Come on, guys. Similarities. Similarities between you and the customer. The second one is identifying who you are, so that you can then figure out who you want to serve. And then that third one is getting the pain points from your customers and relating to those pain points and then figuring out the solution of what they need, right? Now, in the concept of proactive inviting, if you implement those three strategies and share internally versus externally, you're going to start attracting people. You're going to start receiving messages based on your social media. But let's not forget that one of our vital behaviors is inviting. We cannot rely on just our social media to bring those customers into your groups and into your challenge groups. You still have to do the work behind the scenes. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say something that some people might not agree with, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's a discussion that Liz and I had. In this world where people are just being crazy sold on social media, who here has received a private message at any point, or even as you are at Summit, I know Liz did, from someone in, let's say, another network marketing company trying to pitch you a product or opportunity without having even looked at your Instagram account to see that you were at Summit as a team Beachbody coach? That pisses me off. There is no connection. There is nothing there. And when that happens to me, you better believe that that person's not gonna be happy with the response that they get from me. Don't be that person. Have a connection, have a nexus, have something that gives you the in to start building a relationship. And that could be as simple as a like on a comment, a post, a like on a post. It could be a like on Instagram, a follow on your fan page. That gives you what Liz likes to refer to as common ground. I keep stealing her terms. I'm gonna kill you. That gives you common ground in order to say, hi, how are you? If not, those customers are just going to feel sold, and we don't like that. Agree? Mm-hmm. We're gonna share some questions in just a second that are going to give you the ability to then start building that relationship with your customers. But I want to share a strategy that I've been using for the last 6 months that has really worked. And that is by asking this. Write this down. Take your pens out. What made you feel compelled to reach out to me? I'm excited to hear your story. Those two sentences, what made you feel compelled to reach out to me? I'm excited to hear your story, gives you leverage. Repeat after me. My number one goal is to get leverage. Repeat after me. My number one goal is to get leverage. Leverage. What is leverage? It is getting their why. Why they need this in their life. When you have that, that is your ammunition to then remind them. If, let's say, they stop responding to your messages, remind them why they want this. No, scratch that. Why they need this in their life. That is leverage.
Kristina does that so beautifully, because when she has that leverage, when she has their why, she's standing on that common ground, and she has the opportunity and kind of the right and the obligation as a coach to then serve that person, help that person, guide them. And I hear so often from coaches saying, well, yeah, I'm doing the whole forming thing, I'm talking to them, I'm connecting, but it's really awkward. It's not like going there naturally. How do you just bring up Beachbody without it being weird? Well, it's up to us to guide the conversation there. And when you do what she just talked about, it can go there naturally. You have a way to help them. I remember it was like a kick in the gut when a coach told me, if you're not inviting, you're running a hobby. Ouch. Because there were times in my business where I was stepping back from inviting. We have to be doing this. So once you have that common ground, you have your foot in the door, how can you open that door a little bit wider with the right questions? Open-ended, kind of guided questions. So when you get that like, you can take screenshots of these because I'm not going to read through them, but when you get that like on a post or a comment, thank them. Thanks so much for your support. It's really tough sometimes to be so vulnerable on social media. I really appreciate it. Are you a coach too? Or are you into fitness as well? Are you on a fitness journey as well? That naturally brings you right to that question. Or if I see someone that's really inspiring, I tell them, hey, I find myself coming to your page for inspiration. I love how you post. Have you ever considered coaching? You're basically doing what I do as a coach. Now the conversation is there, and you have the chance to really help that person.
They say that the best coaches, the ones that end up going on and growing a business with Team Beachbody, were customers first. I know I was, I know Liz was. You guys, Vital Process 1 is probably where you have to live, where you have to master these skills so that Vital Process 2, 3, and 4 just become a natural process in your business. You want to figure out who you want to serve so that this becomes the most important activity that you do in attracting new customers into your business each and every day.
Imagine if our uplines, our sponsors, didn't have the courage to share their journey, to attract us into this business, into this incredible opportunity. We wouldn't be here today, that's for sure, but neither would thousands and thousands and thousands of other lives that have been impacted by the ripple effect of our uplines just saying yes to being open and sharing and attracting us in. Make that positive ripple effect. This is your chance. And we have a challenge for all of you. Who's willing to accept the challenge? All right.
Let's do this.
All right. So between today, this year's summit, and next year's summit, we challenge all of you to go out there and inspire 100 people to craft their I Am Team Beachbody story. Start making your impact on the world through this incredible opportunity. Don't waste it, and pay it forward to all of those who need you to be their lifeline.
I accept the challenge. You guys accept the challenge? Yeah. Just imagine for a second, what your business will look like if you do this. Think about that. You guys have a great summit. We love you. Thank you so much.